The SS President Coolidge. October 26, 1942. 4,998 soldiers abandoned one of America's great ocean liners. She's about to slip into the darkness of the deep Pacific waters forever. Was she torpedoed? Was she gunned down by a Japanese warship? How could America lose such a valuable asset during the height of the Pacific conflict of World War II? The President Coolidge was built in 1931 by the Newport News Shipbuilding Company. She was named after President Calvin Coolidge, America's 21st president. Originally built as a luxury ocean liner, it wasn't until after the attack on Pearl Harbor on December 5, 1941, that she was fully commissioned as a transport ship for reinforcing the garrison in the Pacific War. She was stripped of her finery, painted gunmetal grey, and by early 1942, the SS President Coolidge had begun her days servicing the Southwest Pacific as a troop carrier. On October 6th, she set sail from her home port of San Francisco, California, for New Caledonia and Espiritu Santo, a large military base and protected by mines. Information about safe entry into the harbour had been accidentally omitted from the Coolidge's sailing orders, and upon her approach to Santo on October 26, 1942, the SS President Coolidge, fearing Japanese submarines and unaware of the minefields, attempted to enter the harbour through the largest and most obvious channel. A friendly mine struck the ship at the engine room, and moments later a second mine hit her near the stern. The captain, knowing that he was going to lose his ship, ran her aground and ordered the troops to abandon ship. Not believing the ship would sink, the troops were told to leave all their belongings behind, under the impression that they would conduct a salvage operations over the next few days. Over the course of the next 90 minutes, 4,998 men got safely off the wreck and to shore before she listed too heavily on her side, sank and slid down the slope into the channel. She now rests on her port side, with her bow at a depth of 20 metres and her stern at 70 metres. We now take a journey to visit this once majestic ship. She lies in the warm waters of the Seagon Channel, Vanuatu. This is the story of the President Coolidge. We descend into the clear warm water, following the mooring line deeper down. The bow appears and it's massive. The coral-encrusted hull of the President Coolidge still remains intact. Live artillery shells lay dormant, never to be fired again. The once proud promenade deck, where passengers and soldiers once walked. There is nothing left of the luxurious timber floorboards from its earlier heyday as a luxury liner. All that remains are the artefacts of war, a soldier's drinking canteen, a pickaxe handle left by the military, a flashlight once used by American soldiers. A soldier's helmet still remains. Along with his coral-encrusted rifle. The Coolidge is littered with artefacts of war. Everything was left as it was when she sunk. When she was refitted as a troop carrier, she had extra toilets installed to service all the soldiers. They still remain to this day. We dive further along, exploring this massive hull. We check our gauges and head towards Captain Ewart's door, one of the men who was killed as a result of the mine blast. Ewart's door leads down a narrow corridor. we descend into the darkness and begin to penetrate the wreck. There are many artefacts and treasures that still lie within the President Coolidge. Through narrow corridors and luxurious staterooms, we dive further into the darkness. We are following this corridor to the once first-class passenger smoking room to view a statue of Queen Elizabeth I. It's commonly known as the Lady. Originally discovered by Australian diver Alan Powell, the Lady has a narcotic effect on all divers. It has been a tradition for many years for divers to kiss the Lady as a sign of good luck. The statue is left lying on its side, reflecting the true position of the President Coolidge as she lies today. We continue on, further penetrating the wreck. We're heading towards the doctor's office. Medical jars, bottles of medicine, and artefacts still remain to this very day. Diving further into the darkness, we find more evidence of war. The President Coolidge was carrying quinine, a medicine used to treat soldiers who had contracted malaria. The vials still remain intact. Twisting and turning through more corridors, we come across more toilets that were installed for military use. As they were made of stainless steel, they remain intact today. We're heading towards a swimming pool, a deeper part of the wreck at about 55 metres. It is very dark and eerie at this depth, but you can still see a coffee mug and the mosaic patterns that once lined the first-class swimming pool. We check our gauges. At 63 metres, it's time to go. We begin the long swim from 63 metres back to the surface, following the hull all the way back. Debris remains everywhere, and you can even see into the cargo holds where jeeps still lie. The 200-metre long swim from the stern to the bow reveals just how quickly the ship was abandoned. Everything remains as it sank. The bow is always an incredible sight to reveal the absolute enormity of this ship. We begin the long journey along the mooring line, stopping along the way to decompress. At 5 metres, we spend nearly 20 minutes decompressing in this beautiful coral garden. After 20 minutes of decompressing, it's time to leave the President Coolidge. But we will return again to explore this incredible